Hi everybody, I'm Greg Fishel. Welcome to bonus weather video number 1 for this week. And part of this I've talked about before, but another part I have not. And I think it's worth that additional information to share with you. So I'm going to be looking at a comparison between the RDU airport and the Greensboro airport, comparing the periods of time from 1945 to 1995 and then 1996 to 2023. The second period is after the automated observing stations were put into place, and of course the speculation, as you well know, at RDU is that the sighting has caused a real problem there. So let's go on ahead and take a look at this from two different perspectives. And the first one, again, we've talked about before. Now, this is the change in the number of days at or above 90, and the blue column there represents the early period, the 1945 to 1995, and then the orange is 1996 to 2023. So RDU jumped from an average of 39 days at or above 90 to 56.1. That's an increase of 17.1 days. But at Greensboro, the increase was much more modest, 32.3 to 33.2, which is an increase of less than 1 day, okay? That's rather curious, okay? Now, I don't know exactly where the instrumentation in Greensboro is located, but I'm assuming it is near the runway, but it could very well be that the runway is oriented in a different direction. The one at RDU is oriented southwest to northeast, so anytime there's a southwest wind, it blows the entire length of the runway. Of course, that heated air is then dumped near the sensor, and so it could be that the Greensboro runways are oriented differently. I'll check into that and see if I can't get some information on it for you. But another way to look at this is the change in the high and the low temperatures over those two same time periods, okay? Now, one of the signals associated with climate change, if it is indeed due to greenhouse gases, is that the night should warm more quickly than the days. And the reason for that is that in a warmer world, you're going to have more cloud cover, and that cloud cover will actually reflect incoming solar radiation, but it absorbs outgoing infrared radiation from the Earth and sends it back down to the ground. So at night, there's no ultraviolet radiation to reflect, obviously, and so you're basically looking entirely at the process of the clouds intercepting outgoing radiation from the Earth and sending it back down. Now at Greensboro, that is indeed what we see, where the maximum temperatures have only gone up an average of 0.4 degrees over those two time periods, but the minimum has gone up more than 4 times that big, 1.9. But at RDU, it's almost the same, 2.1 and 2.2. So if the signal was the same as it was at Greensboro, this bar here would be much shorter. And the fact that it's almost equal to the increase in the minimum temperatures is another way of saying there's a problem here, okay? It's not accurately representing the overall trends in climate, whereas Greensboro is very accurately representing that. So it's just another example of why the readings at RDU are very suspect. Again, it's not a sensor problem. The sensor is perfectly accurate, but it's a sighting issue as to where the instrumentation is located with respect to the runways and so forth. And obviously there's something different at Greensboro than there is at RDU, but the data at Greensboro makes much more sense than the data at RDU does. And of course, the trends are the really important thing. And again, much more sense at Greensboro than Raleigh-Durham. Okay, that is bonus weather video number 1 for this week. Hope you found that at least mildly interesting. The next bonus video will be on Wednesday, and the next daily weather update coming up tomorrow. Stay cool. We got 2 or 3 really hot days coming up before temperatures moderate just a little bit late in the week. All right, folks, take care. We'll talk to you soon. See you later.